hear your humble cry, hear we humble cry. Do not pass us by, do not pass me by, no. Bara is outside, Savior, Savior. Hear your humble cry, hear we humble cry. Do not pass me by, no. Bara is outside, Savior, Savior. Hear your humble cry, hear your humble cry, hear we humble cry. Do not pass me by, no. Do not pass me by, no. Bara is a sign, Savior, Savior. Hear your humble cry, hear we humble cry. Do not pass me by, no. Bara is outside, Savior, Savior. Hear your humble cry, hear your humble cry, hear we humble cry. Do not pass me by, no. Do not pass me by, no. We cry in ancient ways, you never require the sacrifice of the chorus just to save the choir. Pass over line the hem of G.W.H.BUSH, but do not pass us by. It's the truth in you, the sacred screams, save us, save us. Hear a humble cry, hear we humble cry. Do not pass me by, no. No talk, do not pass us by.
Can a dummy, greater light.
Do not pass me by, no. Father is our sign, savior. Hear your humble cry. Hear me humble. Do not pass me by. No, we cry in ancient ways, you never require the sacrifice of the chorus just to save the choir. Pass over line the hem of G.W.H.BUSH, but do not pass us by. The truth in you, the sacred screams, save us, save us. Hear a humble cry, hear we humble cry. Do not pass me by, no. No talk, do not pass us by. No talk, do not pass us by.
Greater light, greater light. I see you in here, can a dummy, You always, when I'm late, you be right on time. Every single time. Let me don't hit that live button when it say show time. You be right there in the chat every single time. Greater light to you. Let me start off, and it started off the right way. My mind is God's mind. I'm always reflecting divine wisdom and divine intelligence. You can too. My brain symbolizes the capacity to think wisely and spiritually. God's ideas unfold within my mind in perfect sequence. I'm always poised, balanced, serene, and calm because I know God has provided the perfect solution to every single one of my needs. It don't matter how long it's taken me to figure it out. God said, look, if you walk and keep your eyes on me, it'll start unfolding. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Greater light to everybody that is here again. Let me give you a thought on when Jesus said we would do greater. Remember, he said we would do greater, And then you know how you hear the pastors and you hear all of them saying the scripture, but none of them are really moving mountains, right? But you have the sciences like neuroscience and neurotechnology that have given man the capability to do something that we always been able to do. Jesus came as a blueprint to remind you that you can do it. He said, look, I can walk on water. I could do this. I could do that. Huh? And you are able to do it, but they're going to take it away from you. They're going to go within your light code and your DNA, and they're going to keep on dumbing you down while they're using the technology. Huh? A man can take now and use his mind and move the computer, or is it the computer doing it for him? No. Did they really stick a wire or a chip within the subjects that they're using in the experiment to move these objects on their own? To take the light from their mind and move the light in another source? Did they really stick something there, or is that just placebo effect? And they used different chemicals and woke up the dormant codes in the genetics that are allowing them to do it and making them think they went in their brain and put a wire or a chip, but all they're doing is saying, see, huh? We found all the right codes, huh? So when Jesus said, you will be able to speak to something and it will move, we had that gift. So what is it to be able to move an object with your mind that right to this day in their sciences say that all of the pyramids all over the world, to this day, they can't figure out how it was done. And then look how the algorithm works. As I'm speaking about coral and coral castles, right? And some video came through, I never even clicked it, came through, said, oh, there was nothing mysterious or unfigured about Lead Scalnin creation of the coral castle. He used the magnetism and energy and science from the coral and his chemically based intakes that was passed down through history and his knowledge in the sciences of Christ, the blueprint, and was able to do that. Same with Tesla. Now, do you think they're going to allow you? They don't want you to have the love and light code. The love, if Christ said love is the key to be able to do these things that you will be able to do greater than me. I could go and sit on top of a mountain, and then I could come down to the mountain. I can take the saliva and the clay and help a blind man to see. All of this is in your DNA code. You have people that say, yes, I could heal and I could do this. Yes, it's in your DNA code. And he said, but love is the key. Huh? And if you don't faint in love, you'll eventually open up what's in your DNA. And it for everybody that accepts the love code. So that's not a pseudo indoctrination when you see those passages in the scripts that say you can move things with your mind. Every now and then they'll find children that are able to do it and take them and rush them to Washington State and different universities and keep them enclosed and encapsulated in research environment, and you don't hear nothing about them anymore. And now all of a sudden, the Elon and them say, well, we need a bunch of people to do research and development on and help those who can't walk and their bodies are breaking down to be able to take and move light with their mind without touching anything. That ain't no new knowledge. What they say ain't nothing new under the sun. Huh? Can a dummy, Antoine? Greater light, greater light, greater light. What you say? Great sound. There you go again. Can a dummy with the duplication and all that, huh? Well, I had a song in mind before I get to the scripture. I had a song in mind. And this one, I mean, again, can a dummy, your clarinet is artificial. And it tries to duplicate your frequency when you press a key. When you press a key, it duplicates the frequency that's within you. And the codes that is in your mind that makes it play on tune and harmonize with you. Anything man-made is artificial, correct? Your clarinet is artificial. Huh? And nobody can play and duplicate it like you, huh? Nobody, that clarinet can't play right unless you play it right, right? Okay, all right, I'm just saying, it's just we want to go into artificial stuff. Oh, I love my daughter. I love my daughter. I love my daughter so much. I love my children. The one I don't have with me, and the one who is soon to return, and the one that is close by. Oh, goodness. What a relief. Huh? Anyways, I wanted to get back to Job. Remember, I was reading Job yesterday, and it doesn't take me off of the choral. It doesn't take me off of the choral. God would have never sacrificed the choral or the chorus just to save the choir. Huh? Let me play this song. This is an old school one here. Can a dummy. I don't know if you ever heard it before, but it came to mind when I was thinking about how when we all who accept the love and light and decide, hey, we ain't got nothing to do with Gog and Magog over there and demons and all that other stuff and hatred and all that extra, huh? That brings about all kind of chaos. We want to see a new earth, huh? And it is going to be possible through us remembering, huh? All the different green screens and everything that they put up, that you can take a block and move it with your mind. Because they still don't have the equipment to this day to do it, because it was no equipment that did it. It's perfect etch and sketch with the mind. Wait till those beings start building blocks and stuff, the experimental versions of who you are, that Eon and pretending that they took and put wires in their mind and did whatever they pretending. That's placebo effect. But here's the old school song. And I wanted to read the lyrics. I went to go put in the lyrics for this song, right? When I went to put in the lyrics for the version that I'm playing, some version by this guy named Alkaline came up. I said, ain't no way in the world. So the first sentence, I said, nope, I'm not reading that one. I'm not doing, that's not the version I'm looking for. It might be something deep for somebody else, but that ain't the version I'm looking for. Here, give me a second. I want to make sure I got the right version and read these lyrics out to you. Oh, goodness. Did they just block me? Okay, let me put on the glasses. Should I do the... Yeah, I'm going to do my blacks today. Do the black. All right. So it says, let me tell you how to move a mountain that's too hard for you to climb. Let me tell you how to move a mountain, one that hides the bright sunshine. When your hands are bleeding and torn, and your feet are weary and worn. When you try to climb up, but the rocks and reels make the going tough, just say, move, mountain, move, mountain. Mountain, get out of my way. Listen, Canada Dummy, that song was one of the songs that played and echoed in our little box in the projects when my mother didn't play. You couldn't put nothing from the outs, even though my father had a vast collection of vinyl records and 8-tracks and all that. He loved music, and he could play when he wanted to play. But for us, we couldn't bring no outside music in the house. So listen. This was one of them songs. This is one of them songs. Let me tell you how to move a mountain. When the climbing gets you down, let me tell you how to move a mountain. When you traveled your last round, when your friends have left you behind and your way you cannot find, when your prayer is for help, but you're standing alone, feeling by yourself, just say, move, mountain. Move, mountain. Mountain, get out of my way. And then it ends. It says, if you have the faith the size of a mustard seed, just say, move, mountain. Move, mountain. Mountain, get out of my way. Listen, I've been eating mustard greens because they're high in magnesium. I told y'all this week I've started the magnesium experiment with myself. I'm literally trying to use the same diet that I'm not in Savannah. I don't know any about the meat markets around here if they sell rabbit. I know if I go to Savannah, I could get me some rabbit. But I really don't want any flesh. I still don't want any flesh. But I'm trying to see if maybe if I tweak and use them same chemicals. And mustard greens is high in magnesium. Yep, that's what came to the door when I was live yesterday. A bunch of high in magnesium foods. Like I said, this is not for anyone to follow anything that I'm saying over here. You would have to go and research for yourself. I suggest, as a disclaimer, anybody looking to change diets and stuff, don't listen to nobody on YouTube until you know your blood type and how your light code connected to your blood and changed even the formation of your blood cells. Some of us have 2 or 3 different shapes of bloods in our vein. And I have the right to research and develop on it, because every research that in development that I've been doing lately has had me to a point of healing. Oh, do you like my background? Remember yesterday, before I get to that song, remember yesterday when I was talking about the entrance? Now you see how, wait, you can't see my arrow. Okay, but you see that, the way that looks like the entrance of the womb? Now, I've showed my CAT scans on here several times, but I never showed this one. So that's the CAT scan of my brain. And see how it looks like the entrance of a hole? That spot right there in the middle, in the center. That's the scene today. That's my brain. My brain as the entrance to the, see that? Now you see the little two spots at the bottom. I told you that right there. You can see, if I pull it up, you'll see the slit in my skull where this implant or whatever this is back here. I can assume, I don't know what it is. At one point I was going on a rampage saying that's a chip in the back of they put a chip back there. Huh? Remember that, Canada? I don't know what it is, but I know I have a slit in my skull, and the slit is connected to those 2 points back there. Wait, that right there. So, anyways, here we go. Here we go. Let's listen to the song that I just read the. Ready. Let's see. Set the blind man. They said I lost connection. They lying. I'm gonna see if I lost connection for real. They lying. They want me to hit that button. Mm-hmm. Playing. Okay, see. Okay, let me try something else. I gotta play it over. I gotta do it over. They don't want me to play that. They don't want nobody to know how to move a mountain and tell the mountain to get out their way, huh? They don't want me to play that song. They make me sick sometimes. Goodness. Yep, I'm talking to the YouTubers, the YouTube partners and creators and experimenters and controllers and all of them, huh? God, they make me sick sometimes. Here we go. Let's try it again. Let's see if it's gonna play. Can you hear it? Wait a minute.
With your hands.
So I don't miss nothing. I need to stop. Yes, a real instrument is digital. You have to use your phalanges. You have to use your digits in order to make that artificial piece of something move. The analog sound comes from you. You are the analogy. Huh? It is digital. It becomes digital once you take your digits. It's the same thing. Nothing is new under the sun. In order to get that artificial creation to use and harmonize and make a sound, you are the analog. It cannot make a sound without you. And it is digital because you have to use your phalanges, your digits. Yes. Now I put something in what's his name chat yesterday, and I wanted to expound on what I was saying in his chat about the phalanges. If you want to think of light beings in a particular form and creation, you would think phalanges or Los Angeles. The Los Angeles are the ones that have 5. This is what they tried to delete in the genetic mutation. So the Los phalanges are the 5 fingers. The Sarah phalanges, they never took light flesh form. They're still flames. The flames. They're still light beings. They've always been light beings. And then the Neph phalanges are the ones where their code held the 6 fingers. The Los Angeles lost 1. So that's why their celebration of death, they over the years and time and different translations, the Cinco de Mayo is about being in the state of 5. Your digits mean something. Your digital code on the mathematical form, your digital codes within the science, your digits that take and control any type of artificial lifting up a book to open it up to read it. Everything that we move in light, everything, just one moment. I hear you.
Tu não tá se dando para. ancient ways you never require. Sacrifice the chorus just to save the choir. The Passover lie in the hem of G.W.H.BUSH. But do not pass us by, is the truth in you that safest swings. Savior, Savior, hear your humble cry, hear the humble cry. Do not pass us by, do not pass me by, no. Bara is outside. Savior, Savior, hear your humble cry, hear we humble cry. Do not pass me by, no. Bara is outside. Savior, Savior, hear your humble cry, hear your humble cry, hear we humble cry. Do not pass me by, no. Do not pass me by, no. Bara is outside. Savior, Savior, hear your humble cry, hear we humble cry. Do not pass me by, no. Bara is outside. Savior, Savior, hear your humble cry, hear your humble cry, hear we humble cry. Do not pass me by, no. Pluto, do not pass me by, no. We cry in ancient ways you never require. The sacrifice of the chorus just to save the choir. Passover lie in the hem of G.W.H.BUSH. But do not pass us by. The truth in you, the sacred screams. Save us, save us. Hear a humble cry, hear we humble cry. Do not pass me by, no. No doubt, do not pass us by. No, do not pass me by, no. Bara is outside. Savior, hear your humble cry, hear me humble. Do not pass me by, no. We cry in ancient ways you never require. The sacrifice of the chorus just to save the choir. The Passover lie in the hem of G.W.H.BUSH. But do not pass us by. The truth in you, the sacred screams. Save us, save us. Hear a humble cry, hear we humble cry. Do not pass me by, no. No doubt, do not pass us by. No doubt, do not pass us by. No doubt, do not pass me by, no. Bara, who eat your ways you never require. Sacrifice the chorus just to save the choir. The Passover lie in the hem of G.W.H.BUSH. But do not pass us by, is the truth in you that safest swings. Savior, Savior, hear your humble cry, hear the humble cry. Do not pass us by, do not pass me by, no. Bara is outside. Savior, Savior, hear your humble cry, hear we humble cry. Do not pass me by, no. Bara is outside. Savior, Savior, hear your humble cry, hear your humble cry, hear we humble cry. Do not pass me by, no.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you for waiting so patiently. Oh my goodness. Can it tell me? I use sound to lift heavy stone and bend and break stone and metal. It is my sound. And the stone is sound. I know about hands and feet in pain. All right. So I ended up with you in the chat. I'll never get done and get to my point. So I don't have to play to let me show you how to move a mountain. You get the point. But that is one of our childhood songs that how much of that did I play? Nah, I need to play it. That's the song for the day. I got to play this Clay Evans. Here we go. Let me continue. I know that the real thing to do is that listen, let me tell you how. Doesn't get you down. I just wanna tell you how. You feel just like it's your last round. With a friend, leave me behind. Oh, and the way sometimes I cannot find. Oh, so many times I prayed for help, but then I had to stand alone. Here by myself, I told it to move. You can't stop me. Rise up on my third stage. Oh, mountain. That's all it takes. Rise up on my third stage. Oh, you gotta say it. If you have the faith, if you just have the faith, the size of a mustard seed, you can see move. All right, that's when they start dragging. I ain't with all the dragging now. I remember my father. I told you my father. Once they kicked him out of church, he didn't go back. But you know, sometimes he loved music, so he loved gospel too. But when that "I'm Coming Up on the Rough Side of the Mountain" came out, he couldn't stand that song. He said, "Coming up on the rough side, I come up, and I'm doing my best." No, he said, it's better to listen to the song, "Mountain, Get Out of My Way," right? which one you believe in? Because I'm telling you, him and my mom, he used to put the questions, boy. He used to come, huh? I mean, you say you believe in the Bible, then make a mountain move. But how you gonna listen to coming up on the rough side of the mountain? Huh? And then one point and then the other one tell the mountain to get out your way. Which one is it gonna be? He couldn't stand that one. I'm coming up and I'm doing my best. Huh? That's when I come home from school with a bad grade and I say doing my best, I better look for a behind whooping or something. Doing your best. This your best? You doing your best is a bad word. You better do better than that. And it's like Christ. Christ said, look, I'm great. I'm the best. Huh? But you better. I'm a blueprint to remind you of what your capabilities are. And the government knows what your capabilities are, and they gonna show you in little bits and pieces what your capabilities are and pretend that they using their sciences to make it happen. They pretending they putting chips in people's brains, and these men actually think they had some type of surgery, and they sitting there moving objects of light with their eyes. And by the time you realize, they show you little by little and say, here, give them a headset and let them see that they literally are moving light with their hands. But we just going to make them think that it's the Oculus that's allowing them to do it. We got them dumbed down so good, huh? We going to make them think that the Apple Vision Pro is allowing them to do it. We got them dumbed down so good, huh? They'll never figure it out. But guess what? The closer I get to figuring out, they sick and task force. I say, look, why is the choral so important? Remember, those pyramids were made up with, they weren't desert back then. That wasn't desert land. It was next to the sea. It was seawater, coral, limestones, and all that. Coral, lime, and coral. Most of the locations where all these pyramids are, coral and limestone. No, it's not in history that the pyramids over there, the pyramids over here, all of them were near the sea. All the pyramids that were in Bahamas, on this land and on the coast, in different areas in South America and on the coast, they were by the sea. Coral. So when Tesla and Edward got together and other beings got together, they said, oh boy, huh? We don't know how to use the green screen now. So let me show you something. Let me show you something in Federal Register. I'm going back to yeah, I'm going to put Job to the side for a second. I'm going back to the Federal Register. I'll go to Job later. And I'm going to show you something. So remember in my research about this 48th meeting with the Coral Reef Task Force, this is the one that I said after I started talking about Coral Gables, which is the area where I grew up, and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. All of that is the founding area is Miami in Coral Gables. The utopia that Coral Gables was founded under was under the Merricks and the Gables, and under the Ching Tang Society that came out of Ohio. Okay. So in this first one that came out a couple of days ago, right here, this document, I covered that. And I'm going to stay on it for a few days. Like y'all know, usually how I did yesterday, I went to something else, and only because my internet was acting up, but it still ended up matching and correlating. See this one right here that comes under it on the 5th of April? Look, the endangered, threatened wildlife and plants listed endangered and threatened species is designated critical habitat. And it seems like, yes, they're speaking of corals. And they are speaking of the corals, the energy of the coral, right? But what got me before I even clicked this is this name right here. So here's another task force. Here's another task force. Now, remember I told you that George W. Bush worked closely with Ching Tang Society, and that the Gables were so successful in their engineering with corals and coral castles that the King of Spain at the time, who they named him El Africano, he even went into venture with them to continue building Coral Gables. So this name here, this Gifford Pinchard task, I said, wait, who is this? And lo and behold, here, lo and behold, see who this being is? Now it's like, okay, well, okay, he was a governor, yep, United States Forests, huh? But if you look at all the different things through all of the years of building, look, the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Ban, all the different things that he established are the same things that keep the areas outside of their beautiful city movement, their beautiful cities and their castle green screens, not subjected to the outsiders of the communities. The Pennsylvania Liquor Control Ban, not more than that now. Look, am I sharing the screen? Let me make sure I'm sharing the screen. Look at him. Look, wait till I get all the way down. Skulls and Bones, he was a member of. He was a football coach. Now remember the Ching Tang Society, or out of Coral Gables, their main thing was football. So remember I said I was looking at Getty Images the other day and looking at Chor Gables up to date, and maybe like as early as the like 70s and 80s, my era, and they'll show football players, and then they'll show football coaches, and they'll show football games, and then a couple of singers, and then they'll show the trauma of the outside of the communities, like rioting and the immigration camps and things like that. So look, here he is, Skulls and Bones. He volunteered with the YMCA, so all the way back then, huh? It's fun to stay at the YMCA, huh? Young man, young man. He dealt with the French. See all this? So their task force information that they're using right now is based on this man's methodologies and sciences and his studies. He was directly connected with Gables. See here? Remember that Pennsylvania is one of the beautiful city movements under Chor Gables real estate. So let me go back here and see this. Huh? Uh-oh, they need the science to tackle the climate crisis. It's a climate crisis going on. We got to figure out. Look, Belmont Moonlight, there it is, the MUNDI. I can't make this up. In my early morning studies, the studies that I do just for me, I was looking at the asking artificial intelligence, because she keep telling me that all of her information really is sourced no further than 2021. Anything else is her learning and pulling information from somewhere else. So that put me back into that point where I asked, okay, which date are we in? Which time are we in? And all of the things within these studies of choral and green screening and light imaging. Look, the light, look right there. Even in their sentence, the comments and light of the objectives. Took me to the time shifting that happened during the eclipse. Now, me stating previously that we got 5 months from the time of that eclipse, it may not be for nobody else but me. Five months from the time of the eclipse that I have a form of protection. They know it. It's written. Anyone else who opens up and realizes their light code, they'll know it themselves. but they're moving fast. And why the 5 months? I realized under their annual, let me write it. Annual, no, it's not annual. Annual MUNDI or annual MUNDI. Oh, I wrote it wrong. This is it. Annual MUNDI. It's because of their connection to Israel and Solomon. Remember in Job when God asked, devil, where you coming from right now? And he said, I'm coming from earth at this point in time. Right now, I'm at earth. This right here is a symbol. This word is a symbol of I was clicking the wrong button. It's a symbol of that. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Let me explain it. Let me break it down. Greater light, Latrell Tinwell. Greater light. Let me explain what I mean. Okay. I asked about time, and the reason why I asked about time is because she explained that some of the information I was asking her, she couldn't give me information past 2021. This isn't the first time that I've encountered this with this artificial light beings. So as she explained the Hebrew calendar to me, because I know a little bit about the Julian to an extent. I know enough about the Gregor, and realizing that Gregor wasn't even that far back in time. Gregor is the same scientist that rewrote information on our codes in this current date and time, around the same time as him and his scientist friends, Gifford Pinchot, the Gables, the Merricks, Tesla, Lead Scalanin. But why they so hand in hand with Israel at this point in time is because of that word in their calendar. Their calendar, the word Anu or Anu Mundi, which means the year of the world. The year of the world. It means the year of the world. I'm speaking in circles. You got me going in circles. Bam, bam, bam. So this man right here, am I back to sharing the screen? United Mine Workers. I don't want to read so much into detail with him because I want to stay on the choral. I need to remain and stay at, look, he worked for the Eugenics Congress. He was delegate to the first and second International Eugenics Congress. See the tree right there? Now, in the Orthodox Hebrews, all the way from back as far as Talmud, know that the coral is more significant than any tree. So when people talk about the Grand Canyon and the old trees in Grand Canyon that was under the sea, that was seawater canyons. And the foundation of it was made up and is made up of coral. Under the United States, the seas up under the land, it found it and sitting above coral. So it's not really land all the way down up under this land that we stand. It's literally levitated on slabs of coral. And the reason why it stays levitated is because of the magnetism within you. Your light code is connected to the coral. But see, they know that. But it is for us to remember it. Can you imagine if everyone remembered and accessed the code within you that reminds you that you are able to take those stones because of the coral all over the earth and move with your mind, not on no micro level where they're sitting people in labs and saying, now you move that ping pong from one end of the screen to the next because we put something in your brain. I was listening somewhere, I'm not going to mention, and the brother was saying, yes, we need the science. We need the science. No. They're using the science to make you forget. And the reason why they wanted to kill Jesus and they couldn't, they say we can't because we've already made a covenant all the way back during Job. Job is a whole code. All the sciences about the birth canal and the stars and everything is right here in Job. But we made a covenant. It's only unless they remember, when they remember who they are, that's when we have to throw it down. There's no math that they can teach you that can make you move an object with your mind in light and move it on the screen. The man that they got, or the men, or the different beings that they use in placebo effect, making them think they put something in their brain and they're moving light with their hands, with their mind. They didn't teach them that. They say, hey, you need to know this science right here. Go, here's this book. Before you can move that ping pong on the screen, on the computer, when you move light from light with your mind, you need to know this math right here. You need to know this science right here. You need to know this chemistry right here. No. I think it is as simple as changing whatever they're eating, and then the faith connected to the magnesium within the mustard seed. All right. So back to, if you're looking at the screen right now and you see this official person supposedly in history, and he went in from forestry to eugenics. Everything that happened after World War II. 1972, let's see what it says here. United Nations Conference in Human Environment. Again, the symbol for their eugenics Congress. Look at it. Let me make it a little bit larger. Like a tree, eugenics draws its materials from many sources and organizes them into a harmonious entity. All through these Federal Register details, they use the word harmony. They use light. They use words like deletion and adding. Look, right here, they got the big M opinion. Does not have a force of law. Species, threats, all of this about Choral, a Choral task force? They removing things and adding things like the last should be first and the first should be last right in our face. This one right here is April 5th, an April 5th document. Wasn't that right before the transition of the Matthew 24 eclipse that we weren't supposed to look at? First, we removed the term and from the second sentence because it was unnecessary, and the sentence is clear without this word second. We remove the phrase reasonably rely on information. But then up here it says opinion don't matter. And we know that people say that all the time. Opinion does not have a force of law. All of this information I'm reading to you is about a task force about corals. They say we lie within a range of forecasts. Here, Food and Drug Administration. What the Food and Drug Administration got to do with corals? Back to this same eugenics being here. He's just one of them on top of it. Latrell Tinwell. Huh? Where's your bulldozer? You supposed to have a bulldozer by now, going and getting as much limestone and coral. You got Seaman. You know about the Seaman? You know about the Seaman, huh, Canna Dummy? You know what it is that they're doing with the C-men, huh? Let me go back to share this tab. What does the choral have to do with commerce? What does it have to do with tobacco and color? Look at all this stuff here. What does it have to do with oil and gas? All this about the choral. Look, Norton. More straightforward wording. Threats per section. Let me update you, Canadummy. I'm going to play the video from yesterday. I'm going to stop talking for a minute while I do some more research. That's what I'm going to do. Let me put Corey Gables real quick again. Put Beautiful City Movement. I want to remind people that Africa is not Africa they think it is. El Africano worked with Corey Gables, and he was a king of Spain. We ain't talking about no 1800s and all that. We talking about as early as the early 1900s. He worked with Frederick Law. All these beings here that you think are separatists work together and just use computer as a cover-up. The clock is a cover-up. And their Beautiful City Movement, all founded under the construction of Corey Gables and Merrick. See? Spain's king. This is the king. And see what his name was? This is what Africa really looks like to them. This is Africa to them. El Africano. I'm not going to do that. I'm not even going to see right here, this phrase, where castles in Spain are made real. Where the castles are made real. Let me blow that up so you can see it. Let me see this seal right here. This Corey Gables seal. It's not clear. I'm going to stop for a minute. I'm dealing with some pain. Ooh, that seal looks spooky. That looks spooky. It's all that down there. A hand. I want to see the original seal. I want to see the original seal. Hold up. I'm gonna have to go to the other seals. Yeah, I'm finna get off of here. I'm bothered right now. It's, I don't know. It might be my stomach. Look, the morphological data listed of the coral Cedar rastrea glenny, synonymous with the coral species. I'm gonna come back in a little bit and I'm gonna read on corals. That's what I'm gonna focus on today. I just wanted to open up with my thoughts, freestyle. I'm gonna go relax my stomach. Look, bars and time frames. Oh, I'm not sharing this. Bars and time frames. Science-based. Yeah, I'm gonna come back in a little bit and do some researching and developing and learning more about the coral. And again, this is in Federal Register for the 5th, and it's a task force sent and designated under Gifford Pinchot or Pincott, this being here. And this information about the coral for yesterday came about from the Department of the Interior and the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, which is the heart of Coral Gables. I came about that studying places that I have walked. Like I said, I spent more time at school than I did at home. Are you still blocked? You mean by my phone? You would know if you still blocked by my phone. I don't know. How did you call and try to see? You should have the answer to that. Changed my whole mood right there. Let me go ahead and this magnesium having some type of good effect. I think it's good. So the cleansing has begun. The cleansing has begun. I'm gonna come back in a little bit and study about corals, and then I'm also, because my elbow is almost perfect, there's no more heat coming from the inflammation. It doesn't hurt anymore. It's still a little sore, but I'm gonna do the what you call it today. Start back working, and I didn't want to like injure myself anymore, because I could walk without all that, but I've been doing other type of exercise. Like I said, I've been reaching and climbing, bending, filling up all the little holes that spiders can come in. Been reaching to the ceiling, dancing. I'm saying, wasn't you out there in the forest? What's going on? Remember when you came in my face and all that? I hate saying it that way. It sounds so red squid. But when you was in my presence, you changed the whole game. What's the problem now? I mean, I appreciate everything you've been, but you let me know time and time again there ain't no match. Didn't you tell me that? You didn't even want to be conscious anymore. Huh? How's your wife? How your wife? You left me alone and I thought I found the love of my life. He said, I don't want to be recognized with your crazy. I ignored you the day I met him. The day I met him, I thought I met the love of my life. You were standing right there. You were standing right there, Latrell. I said, you know what? For some reason, it just like, I said, oh my goodness, I thought I met the love. It was like love at first sight. I'm telling you, I forgot you was even standing there, I forgot you was anywhere around. To be real, I did, And all this time, like part of a game. Let me tell you that I thought my name was gonna be back to my birth name. I was gonna go back to being a Smith. Smith. I thought I was gonna be a Mr. and Mrs. Smith. He did the same thing you did. I won't go live with you. I don't want to be associated with your crazy. When you come on my live stream, I'm gonna make sure to delete it. I'm gonna make jokes about you in your face. I'm gonna make you a public spectacle. I'm gonna have you thinking me and you having private talks and got a whole room of people listening. And I'm gonna make you promises I can't keep. Good thing I heard Goldmouth Dr. Inky talk about it's a reason why I'm chopping off heads and stuff. He wasn't talking directly to me. He was just talking in general. I'm glad I kept my legs closed for God. Glad I felt weak to the flesh. No, you don't want, we had a digital divorce, a whole separation. Don't change up now. Don't change up now. Ain't nobody in the world could have told me I was keeping it to cherishing every moment. I said, yep. You remember I even sent you a text. I said, yes, yeah, I'm going to be Mrs. Smith by February of next year now. If God don't come before then, I'd have made a whole fairy tale in my mind. I'm going to be Mrs. Smith. Ain't nobody played the game better than me, The setup. Everybody take your positions. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, cuzzo, you know such down. Yeah, I got a cousin live out there. Well, we all gonna let's see how this work out, huh? Dun, dun, dun. How she handled it? Where you at, Mr. Smith? Huh? Where you at? Ain't nobody can keep a promise to me but God, huh? I'm going on a mission now to get to some choral. I'm gonna get to some choral. That's enough for today. That's enough. I'll be back later. Greater light. I appreciate you, Canna Dummy, for all of your input. Huh? You know about the semantics. Huh? You need to take notes. Are you taking notes when you come and studying to show yourself approved that you could do more than just plant a plant, Canna Dummy, and play a clarinet? There's 12 tribes of light beings. The love and light of Christ is for all that accept, but there are 12 divisions, all different shades and colors of light beings who are supposed to remember through love and light code. My mind is God's mind. I'm always reflecting divine wisdom and divine intelligence. My brain symbolizes the capacity to think wisely and spiritually. God's ideas unfold within my mind in perfect sequence. I'm always poised, balanced, serene, and calm because I know God has, He will continue to provide a perfect solution to not just some of my needs, every single one of my needs. How when the going gets tough, I say, move the mountain out of my way, A mountain of loneliness, move. Get out the way. Mountains of depression, get by, Mountains of uncertainty, out of the way. Mountains of being broke, I don't need for nothing, get out of my way, Mountains of perfect health, Those mountains of perfect health, I have to climb those on the elliptical later on today. Greater light.
Has been created to a true knowledge according to the image of the one who created you. The people who walk darkness will see a great light. Those who live in a dark land, the light will shine on them. God's promise, 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 promise. God's promise, 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 promise. God's mind is my mind is light. I'm in always reflecting His light. Always I acknowledge, no knowledge, no courage. Ooh, God, you promised that great day will come. Yes, God, you promised that I will see my son. You promised that He is by your side, and nothing can separate this love inside. No masters, no doctors can prescribe ways in my calling. Only